very applicable concept without a doubt. So, without a
I agree. I agree with that. I've only taken a week, so that I'm not taking like a month or anything. I'm just taking a week, backing off.
okay, deal. Very, very deal. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our YouTube. We are live on YouTube. In theory, we are public, and that's all working properly. I think I finally got everything like streamlined like it's supposed to be, which is kind of freaking awesome. I love putting out fires and being like, ha, this is no longer a problem. So, on that note, welcome YouTube. Welcome everybody. Welcome again, David. I'm super grateful that you're here. We're going to start with our disclaimer. You guys already know this. This time I've got up the kind of the beginning workings of our dragonfly template. We are doing some awesome, amazing things. Please forgive the, you know, whatever you call this, the Zoom. I don't even think Zoom will let me resize this right now, but you guys get the idea. You guys get it. I think we're all on the same page. So, you already know the disclaimer that says everything we talk about on this video is for educational or entertainment purposes only. We trade high risk. I encourage you to trade low risk until you can afford. Don't trade what you can't afford to lose, right? Obviously, if you're buying prop firms, oh my gosh, there's so many, and I have added so many to our link tree. So please go and check them out. I am still the biggest fan of Take Profit Trader, Funding Ticks. Those are probably my favorite too. Apex, I've got some big goals, but I'm not going to fib. It's a rough battle out there because even when you do really good, you have to jump through a lot of hoops to get to the other side of the good, and that's a little nerve-wracking. But for $1 million payout, I feel like it's worth my effort and my time, and that's why I'm sticking there. So scan this QR code. If you're buying a prop firm, use code 6FTC or click on the link in the link tree and go from there. Also in this link tree, if you're interested in the breakout indicator, the number one, the best orb indicator that literally exists, click on that link. You're going to be able to get it from that website and Dragonfly and so many other really, really amazing cool things. So that's all I've got there. All pretty simple. Didn't even have any music. Hello, Googles. Hi, how are you? So, full disclaimer, this morning kind of sucked. My NQ trades sucked. They were beautiful after the call. After the call, it was amazing. Actually, here, before I even take that off, after the call, it was perfect. It was smooth sailing. This is the 2 minute NQ. Perfect, 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 perfect. Well, one loss and then like five, six wins. Wow, amazing. It's amazing. It was awesome. But during New York Open, it just had to pop up. So we went for the sell. We were breaking down. We were wrong. I had enough to protect. I think we were up like 120-ish dollars, so only a couple of points. Reversed, went to go buy, had enough barely to protect here, did not. So took two losses and then one win on gold. That's real trading. It's never the sexy part of trading. But remember, we don't care about what happens in a single trade session. We care about what happens in the big picture, right? We care about what happens when you look at the P&L over the course of a month, right? Over the course of a week. And I know that's not always fun because on the day you're like, "Oh my gosh, my life is over. This is never going to work for me. What am I going to do?" It's awful. I get it. But the truth is, let the wins and losses fall where they're going to fall. Use the strategy to the best of your ability and you'll be fine. So, on that note, let's go take a look. We're going to go to the 1 hour. We have 1 minute until Sydney's session starts. If you have questions, comments, or any information about the breakout, please do put it in the chat and we'll talk about it because this is something I'm completely passionate about. I'm very excited about the automation that we're getting ready to release. I think it's going to help so many people. But I am looking for this to potentially break back down. So we did wick down to this level. I'd like to see us at least get to yesterday's close, but we'll see. That's NQ. We just need to break this little hourly flag for that to happen. Otherwise, if we're buying up, I'm looking to take this high and fill this imbalance. Pretty simple. Like not a lot to even talk about, not a lot to go over. And we officially have 8 p.m. and this is officially easy. Easy peasy. A bit of a goof today. I just got back from getting a pedicure. For the first time in my life, I do not have a flower on my big toe. I always have a flower on my toes. Always. This time I didn't. She goes, "No, no, it's fine. Save some money." I said, "Okay, I'll save the $5." Because clearly that's what I went there for, right? But we have a wedding to go to in West Palm Beach. So I wanted them particular for the wedding. And, you guys get the whole deal. But it was fun. Got hibachi with my bestie and my girl. It's so much fun. And now we're here. So kind of a good day to jump up out the house. And here we go. We have 1 minute left on the 2 minute 8 p.m. open. I love this breakout indicator on the hour, but pretty much on the hours and on the 30s. Not a big fan of the 15s, although I have played because I'm working on some automation stuff. But ES looks like it's trying to break through, and Q looks like it's trying to push up too, which means we know we'd be trying to take this high, which is yesterday's. No, it's not. I would be targeting a little bit higher up though. So we'll see. We're going to follow the rules. We have a 0.15% ATR buffer into our orb indicator here, our breakout indicator. I'm not a fan of the word orb, but you guys get all that. To me, breakout, because that's what it is. It's a breakout. Hello, Miss Charlotte. Did you have a good birthday for your mama? I hope you did. It's always nice to have you guys in class.
Yes, she did. She had a great time. There's a lot of people there. And, you know, I gave her a teddy bear and it had some writing on it. And she was reading it, just having a good time.
Okay.
Mm, ate all her food and cake. So she
Did
did
you tell
good.
her that strangers on the internet said she can have all the chocolate cake she wants?
And it was chocolate marble cake.
I feel like
And good.
I feel like
Mm.
it is. It's got to be chocolate cake. Like there's
Oh,
no,
yeah. It was good.
oh,
Everything.
I'm glad. She's got a
Mm-hmm.
birthday twin. There's a young lady on the soccer team I volunteer, I coach for, and
Mm-hmm.
she goes that way. It's her birthday. She wanted to
Oh,
hang out a
wow.
little bit and meet at the pool. I love this little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Got a pretty powerful birthday twin, just so you know. Sweet.
Okay. Okay. That's awesome.
That is.
And thank you so much. I was telling them how you gave my mom such a good. Yeah, that's so nice.
Well, she is blessed for sure.
Oh, yeah. And thank you again.
You are welcome. Okay, guys, let's see. Are you ready? We're up 0.09% on the day for NQ. We're pushing up. We can make this into a game. We can do all the things. I've got like evening energy. I don't have like 9 a.m. energy right now. I have like a we should go out and have a good time kind of energy, which is weird for a Tuesday night, but you're just gonna have to go with it. So, yes, we're trying to push back up. We just need to get above that break. We're on the 2 minutes. NQ still not there yet. Gold's looking like it want to break down. It already did, and we missed it. So, can you take this? Technically, sure. You'd be taking it into what is that? Yesterday's closing price? Yesterday's pre-market's closing price. That's where you'd be taking it if and when you decide. But we're already one range away, but we're also at the perfect kind of 5 minute range. So that's going to be up to you. You want to wait for a 5 minute range breakout or retest on the 1 minute of 50%? You can do that to sell this baby down. Otherwise, we're going to go keep tracking NQ, which seems to be stuck at this PDRA area. Seems to be stuck. Got 1 minute left on the 5. And we're just chilling. The good trades, the bad trades. Anthony says, good evening. What do you recommend to getting back to work with you? Anthony, check out the link tree. That's where you're going to find Discord, you're going to find the website, you're going to find Patreon, a whole host of ways, but that would be the way to kind of get in and get into the sessions. We go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Of course, we've got the forums and all that good jazz. And if I got to pick where you started, depends on if you've ever worked with JGS. I would tell you JGS or the Breakout. That's what I would be working with. If you want automation, it would be you. I can talk Dragonfly, and in theory, we'll have US 30 automation back up and running. For now, we're still hitting about the same dollar amount of growth manual wise, but I still prefer the automation because anything I can make hands-free is worth 10 times more to me. So that's all going to be available in the link tree. Here we go. We're retesting the bottom as we speak on gold. Gold was perfect. We just weren't looking. And here we go on NQ. We're trying to get back above this area. They just haven't been very nice today. Yes, looks like it's going to go first. YM, I have not been trading a lot of, but it's been a good comparison. Larger candles, that's for sure. We are above the point of control on NQ and on ES. We're above the VWAP and looking to take that high. That's not a bad trade. It's not a bad trade at all. We just need the confirmation. We're above the moving average. We formed that flag. We retested and bounced off of the VWAP. Same thing. We've broken through. We closed below, came back up, retested, broke again, retested back into this moving average. We just need our breakthrough. There's a little bit of an imbalance, a couple of fair value gaps up here. And we're waiting. Endlessly waiting. Up 0.1% on the day. Back down. So nothing. Literally nothing. Watching NQ today has been like watching paint dry. It's been a lot of fun. And the only time it moves is the 1 second that you kind of walk away. Hit two targets there. Now we break out to the upside. Good reason to be looking to sell the indices. If you're doing this on the millisecond, that's one beautiful trade. If you're using automation, that's one, two perfect trades that hit that target. I think the target is currently set to 50%, but that is awesome. Kind of awesome. Getting ready to enter. This trade will be mirrored with about 15-ish accounts, give or take. Don't quote me exactly. We just need now to break. I've got the 1 minute up off screen. I've got a bearish engulfing, retesting 50% of that. We're breaking down below. We are bouncing off the point of control, okay? Just need to get back below it. That point of control is currently sitting at 708. We're not getting below it. Please forgive Oliver. He's in my office right now. Honey, hush. Hush. He doesn't want to. He hears neighbors. Look at that gap down. Baby moves. I'm ready to take the trade as soon as it sets up, but we haven't set up just yet. Hold on. Oliver, come here. Come on, Angel. Come on, baby. Come on. Out of my office. Go play. Come on. Good boy. Every opportunity, he wants to hang out with me. But I hang out in my office a lot, so it's really not that cool. Really, really. NQ. Gold reversed all the way back up, and ES and NQ are both sitting in range. Wild. One full range here, one full range on gold, both beautiful, but nothing on NQ. So we're waiting. Just waiting. It's also a holiday week, guys. We've got a holiday on Friday. They moved NFP up to Thursday, which I was pretty shocked by. You can laugh at me all you want, but I honestly was pretty shocked. I was like, do they do that a lot? I never really paid too much attention to the news in general. We do now more because of all the props and the rules and the conditions, but gold was perfect, man. And these are not. They're not perfect. Next session. So we're just waiting. If you have any questions, comments, things you want to talk about in terms of the breakout indicator, the automation strategies, JGS or Dragonfly, now's a good time to come on out and ask. Otherwise, I'm going to give this a little bit more time for the NQ to kind of make its move. 1 minute, we're kind of still sitting in that range and not really going anywhere just yet. And I'm being patient because that's all I can do. Don't have any secret option C's beyond that.
Can you re-explain what you was trying to explain to me this morning about the automation going from TradingView and copying several accounts on Tradeovate? Do you make trade your main account on Tradeovate when you take the sell or the buy from Tradeovate, it's automatically going to copy over to TradingView, and then being that you execute it off Tradeovate, it'll mirror to the other accounts and it will run itself on TradingView.
So there's a whole host, what we talked about this morning was there's a whole host of options we can use. Option number one, just again, keeping the conversation simple, we can technically do this from TradingView and then have your trade copier on Tradeovate or Ninja Trader with Replicanto or Copy My Trades. Apex has its own copier, which I don't think is any better, but there's a whole host of ways you could technically do it on platform, on TradingView, particularly. Having said that, it's not the method I would choose, to be honest. I think there's still too much of a lag. There's still too much issue with the whole that trade staying open. So I'm not a big fan of that personally. But that is, if you're just testing, obviously you're going to be testing on micros just to kind of get a feel, see the weaknesses, see the strengths, see the price action, see how far off everything is, because that's a big deal. Not on one trade, but on a basket of trades, it's kind of a big deal. So that's an option to where when the strategy is running, it will run directly on whatever account you're logged into. You would save it from here, create it from here, and it's running on platform. But the method we talked about this morning has more to do with it's set up through APIs. APIs meaning pick my trade, traders post IO. Is kind of another method that you could be using to where it sends the information to that third party software. And from that third party software, that links straight into Tradeovate. And then from Tradeovate, it's linking into all the accounts that you're currently running. So, like in my case, I'm running a whole host, I think, of 9 different accounts right now from different brokers, just testing and playing right now. But it will link into my Apex, my traders one, take profit trader, my funded next, my funding ticks, like all of them, right? It links into every one of them and it will do so. So it goes from here to traders post or trade pick my trades. All those parameters are there. And then from Trader Syncer, it's going to link into all of those other accounts. Say, I probably wouldn't be doing more than 5 to 15 accounts at least for a good solid month until you really get a full grasp. And then by all means, go ham. But the idea is you're setting the parameters pretty low. You're going for a couple $100 a day on each account, figure 5 accounts. Well, what did we say this morning? It was like 100 and some odd thousand a year, hands free. What is it, 3 to 5 accounts? We were saying that at a couple hundred. We also did the math on like 4 or 500 on 10 whatever accounts. You're talking of $300,000 was the number we walked away from. So the idea is not to win every trade. Again, we would not be using New York Open. That's for darn sure. There's too much nonsense. We have the settings built in to where it avoids any high news, maxes out trades per session, maxes out uh, the trail, but all of that stuff comes from either A, the strategy built on here, into your pick my trades or into your traders post IO. From there, it will sync by whichever syncer and copier you're using. So this is not an easy one-click thing. This is rather complex. It's going to be a bit of a battle to get all that linked properly and working as it should. But that's kind of the idea. Have you ever used Pick My Trades before, David?
No, but it just sounds like a trade copier. No, I haven't, but I'm just mulling this over in my mind because what you said this morning, you only have to make $200, and I'm like, man, that is so cool. If you had 5 accounts, you make $200 a day, and that's good money.
Well, yeah, $200 account, that's $1,000 a day. And leave some room. So figure if you're cashing out $1,000 plus there's slippage, there's fees, there's withdrawal, depending on how you're withdrawing, there's taxes, the brokers or the props keep 10 or 20%, depending on which prop we're talking about. So I think I've had success in business because I always cut 20% off the top, 20% of every oh, here we go. We're trying. But 20, I always kind of factor in a 20% error ratio, a 20% fee ratio. And that helps me stay content with what I end up with because there are a lot of fees. I don't plan on the 1,000. I plan on, hey, by the time it all comes out in the wash, I'm looking for like what? I don't know, 100, 700, 800-ish dollars, give or take. We're breaking out. We're above the point of control. I just hope I'm not in this yet, guys. I'm waiting. So soon, soon, if it will set up for me, if it will set up. I think taking this high, what is that, 22,731 would be a really nice target. this is a better entry by far. But I like it. Remember that people are selling automation for like $300 to $500 a month, and I've bought some, I've tested some. I haven't been impressed with most. I think the rules are still going to be what makes or breaks it. That's our buy. So let's see what we can't get out of this. We're in NQ and two contracts. 2741. We've got this area here. I'd like to just pop up and grab, but it's going to take some oomph. It's going to take, if I don't just wake up like it did this morning. And that's exactly what it's doing. Let's see, let's try to keep it above that 2713. I'm going to bring one down into here. And then I'm going to put the other 2745, we said. Well, let's go. We're wicking up though. It's not keeping up. It's not giving us any bit of a move. We came close to that, fulfilling that target and just nothing. Foolery. ES is doing the same thing. I want to take a look at YM. YM has not even left the range. And gold has left both sides of the range times 10. So 1, 2, beautiful. Fantastic. We'll see. Hold on, pull this up. Let's check the chat. Sitting in, what is that? A little less than a couple of points drawdown, maybe barely. I'm trying to get back there. Remember, my trails are going to kick in pretty quickly as soon as we pop in a profit. Not quick enough for this little baby wick. That's a joke. That was too much. That's not going to happen. But this is an outside candle that we just printed. I'd love to get above it. I really don't want to close below it. And it's looking like that's where we're going, is to close below it. I don't mind if we wick below it. I don't want to close below it because that's going to be stupid. Very, very stupid for us to close below. So outside, inside candle. And now we wait. As for the chat, honestly, Sandra, you asked how I like Trade Sinker. I think every copier that I've spent a fortune trying is still lacking. They're all lacking. They're lacking a lot. Uh, but for now, I think API wise, like direct in and direct out. And remember, we don't need it to be perfect. Like I already said, I'm very open-minded to give the 80% buffer. I'm okay if it's accurate with an 80-ish%. It just can't fail, 40 to 60% of the time. And that kind of was my experience with a lot of the things I was testing on NinjaTrader and Apex Copier. It was failing 80% of the time, or like 60% of the time, or it was malfunctioning 40% of the time. And that's not numbers we can work with. So for me, TradeSyncer still is not at anything I'm going to call perfect or amazing, but it's good. It's good. And for that, I'm going to take that for now. Forex, what's your name? I think I just got a DM from my admin about you. What's your name? Do you have a
Hi, Jenny. I'm the one that's Rich Forex. I'm Joseph. Nice to meet you.
Oh, well, nice to meet you, Rich FX. That is not the
Yes,
same person. Officially nice to meet you, Joseph, huh?
yes, that's my real name. Thank you. Thank you. I'm
Okay,
excited to learn from you.
that is my brother's name. My brother. Okay, we got a big Italian family. There's a lot of Joes in
Great name.
it. You already know there's a lot of Joes, okay?
Yes, that's great. My father's name's Joseph too.
Okay, that's a good, strong name.
Yes.
Training for the breakout strategy and breakout indicator, we've got a whole playlist of that, and I think that the COO has posted that a couple of times as well. If not, you're gonna find that in the channel on Discord that says breakout. And I believe we might have some of that stuff also linked to um on the website. So like when you go to log in or whatever, depending on where you're coming in from, you might be able to access it there too. So check out the breakout. You can literally search at the very top. Discord is awesome because it's a smart chat, right? It's a smart forum. Everything you're searching, you if you're looking for anything, just search at the top and you'll find the most relevant. But I know that she had just posted something here recently too. I think she posted it directly to you. That playlist is going to be great. The automation stuff is not yet released, so that is going to be released next, and you can kind of play and test, but just get comfortable. My advice to anybody would be, let's find the schedule that works best for you. It doesn't matter what it is, and let's build a strategy around that and customize this. We built this completely customizable, so anybody can use it in almost any way. If you're a London guy, go do London Breakout. It's huge. People have done it for longer than they've done anything with New York. That's for darn sure. Like if you're the guy who's available at 6 a.m., do 6 a.m. I like 7 a.m. a lot. Like if you only are only free in the afternoons, go do that. Like you've got tons and tons of options, but um the idea is just to build this around the schedule that you currently have available and then kind of go from there. So I like the hour open personally. So think hour open, which is 8 p.m., but also look at 8:30. Okay, where's 8:30 at? 8:30 is going to be right here. Hold on. We're breaking down, guys. NQ has not been good to me today, but we're trying. We're following the rules, and that's all we're trying to do. So here we go. This is going to be 8:30. You'll notice on the pictures I sent, the photos I sent in the public side of the Discord, what I've been programming the most with the strategy stuff is the afternoon sessions or the pre-market sessions because they hit like 80% of the time or something like that, between 60 and 80, let's be fair, because there's the little dumb variables like stuff like this little moment. But kind of awesome. And if automation has that, all we need for human wise is just to get it in the right lane, if you will. But I'm excited to work with you. So start there. Were you in our classes this morning, or where do you live at in the country?
I'm out in California.
Oh, wow. It's
Yes,
early
yeah.
your
So it's
time.
really, really early. Yes. So I'm dedicated, committed to being on every session that you have. I want to learn.
Okay, well, first off, I freaking love you. Thank you. I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
California, that's 6 a.m., right? So what time do you go to work?
Oh, I work from home, so I have free flexibility, which is great.
Okay, that's perfect then. So you work at home, 6
Yes.
a.m. And I'm not kidding, like, futures money and trading money, that goes far in California. Like, I know California, I guess I should have said that backwards. It goes, it's going to help a lot in California, is what I'm meaning
Yeah.
to say. Because
Yes.
where at in California are you?
I'm out by, Ontario, Upland. It's like 30 minutes away from Orange County,
Okay.
close to Disneyland.
Okay. Nice. I've been
Yes,
around there.
yes.
What is it? Huntington Beach?
Yes, Huntington Beach, yes.
I've been there. That's a beautiful little area.
Yes, it is. Yes. Where do you live?
We're out in Florida, Sunnyside, Florida. So the opposite end.
Oh, beautiful.
Florida, Florida. And most of the people on this call are from Texas, guys. So
Okay.
just so you know, I feel like all the people coming are from Texas. It just tells us we all should move to Texas, and I think that's the message. Eek. I'm getting ready to be out of this. Oh man, okay. We're still respecting that 50% line, guys, on ES. Not so much on NQ. We've got 44 seconds left on this very bearish candle. We tried yet again, following the rules, and that's okay. This is just a news week, and it's not giving it to us. But look, when we go through numbers, when we go through our good and our bad of our week, we show all of that. We say, hey, look, these are the wins, these are the losses. For the most part, oh, except for today, my stop loss is all the way down there. And remember, I've got two contracts on here because this is a PM session. I did two contracts this morning too. See if we can stay above it. Sitting at $400 drawdown, so that's what? How many ticks is that? Love this math that we're doing. It's not that many ticks. 385. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm gonna wait and hold this out. I'm gonna go back to the chat. So Dragonfly is automated and will be available for futures on TradingView. No, Dragonfly is not for futures. And I wouldn't even run it necessarily on futures, mostly because the way the futures market and margin works on futures. So definitely not for futures whatsoever. Dragonfly is something I run on FX. A couple people are testing it on indices. A couple people are testing it on crypto. You're free to do whatever you want with it, but this is meant to be a safe, slow way to survive the market in all the conditions. Like it's built to last. It's built to handle all of the stuff. Don't over risk. Get your 20 to 40% a month, which still beats Wall Street in a month versus a year. Okay. To kind of let you know the math, think 20 grand prints you about $108,000 a year conservatively. Okay. If you turn it up a lot, it's going to print more, but you're going to risk more and it's more of a problem. If you turn it down, you're going to make less, but you also aren't going to have as much of a headache, don't require as much off-risk capital. The whole idea to it is, and there's a couple of methods. You can obviously withdraw the investment within the first, 60, 90 days, kind of 90 days, 120 days, we'll say, just because evidently there's a learning curve that I even didn't consider. So figure 120 days, whereas originally I would have said 90. But option number one, withdraw your original stuff within about 90 days, okay? Approximately 120 days, factoring in that learning curve. Or leave that in, and after that 90 or 120 days, turn it down. So now you're kind of risking less. Using all that math, you're looking at about 100 and some odd thousand hands-free money without adding any risk to the pile or like compounding any further past the first 120 days. Like that's what the math is, right? It's really cool. It's really powerful. No, it is not perfect. It's like anything else. It's something that's going to take finesse. It's going to take effort. It's going to take work. But I'm very excited about it. I'm very passionate about it. It's something I built a long time ago. Like we've been building it for a long time, and the developer that I built it with is a close friend at this point and a phenomenal human being, a brilliant human being, speaks like 5 languages. Like he's brilliant in every way, but lives across the world. This particular algorithm is it's part of me. So yeah, very excited about it. Very, very excited about it. In the chat, you said in Discord at the moment will be available soon. Um, thank you, Miss Brika. Do you still do group on the first on group or one-on-ones to help us define specifics and then 50 trade review? Anthony, yes. I don't take a lot of those. Like, so if you want them, I'll be honest, I don't do a lot of one-on-ones mostly because to be transparent, I feel like the amount that we'd have to charge and the effect that it would have, it's a lot, okay? Like if you think of the value of my time, and I mean that not being cocky, but honest, I do realize that some people really need that. They just need somebody to look over these 50 trades. Now, the problem is you need to come to me with 50 trades, and with the futures market, a lot of people aren't doing that. They're coming with 10, right? But if you honestly, and Jared Tendler, the guy who wrote The Mental Game of Trading or whatever, would say the same thing. If you actually review your 50 trades and hold yourself to the answers you find, like I will print out all the worksheets, I will go through them all and give you the actionable steps from where you are today to where you can be in 90 days with X, Y, and Z. We can do that, absolutely. But the truth is, one coaching session with me or really anybody, even, the world's best anything, isn't enough. Like if you hire a tennis coach to go help you be really good, one tennis lesson isn't it. It's going to be the psychology of working with that guy. It's going to be the attention. It's going to be the somebody looking over how you're swinging, somebody looking over what you're thinking when you're kind of in your moody week, when you're in your great week, when you're in your cocky week. It's going to be that. So for me, if you're really serious about that, that's something that you would say, hey, I'm going to do this at least 4 sessions every 2 or 3 weeks for 4 times. And I'm going to take every single piece of this, and I can't make any promises, obviously, but within that 4 to 6 week period, give or take, you should be withdrawing from a prop firm. Like you should be able to, I shouldn't have said 4 to 6 weeks. I should have said 4 to 6 sessions or whatever. So I guess that's longer than 4 to 6 weeks, but you should be at a place where you are actively withdrawing from your prop firm because it's not hard. Like even with losses, okay? It's not hard. Most of the stuff we run into is the psychological stuff. So yes, there's a link to that on the website. There's a link to that in our I don't think it's in our link tree, but I think it is in our Discord if you Google it, or not Google it, but search it. If you search it, sorry.
Hey Jenny, what should we search
Oh, in the chat?
in the Discord?
For one-on-ones, you'd be searching one-on-ones or private. Hold on, admin, what should they be searching? Watch this. I don't know. Brika, what should they be searching? Like,
Can you
what's
hear
the
me?
name of that?
Yeah. First of all, can you hear me before I talk?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Oh, so if you go to our lovely, lovely website, that is still, we're working we fine, but we've worked really hard on it. Jenny's been awesome, and the team's been great with it. But anyway, if you search on the bottom of the homepage, there is actually a link that says like one-on-one coaching. Actually, let me take a look and I'll tell you exactly what it says.
I think it's
So
one-on-one, but I wasn't sure, so I
yeah.
don't
So
want to.
this would be to help people who just really need like one-on-one help to zone in and try to help them get payouts with their trading.
Yes.
Okay.
So it says underneath support, it says one-on-one coaching sessions. If you click on there, there are two options, and then you can pick the one that works best for you. And I know Jenny has said this previously, like make sure like you come prepared, because if you're going to pay for a session, you want to make the most out of it. So if you have like maybe general questions, ask those in the like a class like tonight or in the Tuesday and Thursday classes, but like make sure you come ready to get the most out of that time.
Yeah, and
Okay,
actually,
and this is with Jenny.
yes, with me, which I'm not going to do this forever.
Ooh.
Listen, you only get this for a little while Noah still requires us to be at home base. And after that, I'm probably not doing that ever again because I'm hoping to be on a plane more often. But for now, we have wrestling and soccer practice, just being 100% real, okay? So work
Right,
from home,
right.
okay?
Good for
Um,
you.
but listen, here, Brika said that really well, and I love her for just the integrity, right? If you have basic questions, we have so many calls. And a lot of times I'm at the end and I'm like, hey, you got a question, you got a concern, you got like let's hammer out, let's hash out any thought you have. I'm here for it. And it's not just my insight. Like the reason why we called this our insight or your evolution is because it's more than just me, right? The whole idea is community. Please come to those classes. And if it's just a basic question and it's not like to review you personally, you can put it in the chat and to say, hey, I can't come to Tuesday's call. I've got work, or I can't come to Thursday's call. I'm in Bora Bora. Can we please go over this topic? Write it out and we will cover that in our class. And you'll have that, which doesn't have any like cost like a one-on-one does. So if it's just some basic stuff, come to class. And even if you can't be there, put it in the chat or the group and we'll answer that in the class. Myself, Brika, she's a leadership expert. I mean, we've got a ton of experts in here. We've got Robert and just people who are tech wizards and experts in Motorola and investment people. You'd be surprised. We've got people in here who have got seven-figure payouts with a couple different prop firms. You'd be surprised who you have access to if you come out and just participate. But it takes us being willing to do that. So here we go
And
again,
this,
back to the
this is
downside.
Anthony. I apologize. The reason why I was asking, and like I said, I haven't been around for years since like before the pandemic.
That's
I,
wow. It's
I
been a
was
long
with
time.
you a long time ago. And back then you worked with me, and we were doing the golden strategy, and you were helping me define specifics, and then you were saying to go out and do those trades for 50 trades, and then come back and do a review. And we did. I think we did the review with the group after 50 trades, and you just did a review and you were like, hey, tweak this or tweak that. So I'm looking to get back re-engaged. I see the breakout strategy. I just want to make sure, like with the golden strategy, we did like kind of like a checklist for me and said,
Hmm.
okay, this is the time that you're going to do. Like we said, okay, between the 9:30 open, 11 o'clock, you're looking for this to happen. And when this happens, you take your trades, and then do 50 of them, and then we can see how that goes and then move from there. That's kind of what I was looking for, again, to just define exactly what the specifics for the model would be, and then to be able to trade it forward and then get help if I need to tweak anything.
Well, that's actually, we can do that. If you can come to the live calls in the morning, like, so we'll look for a couple of setups. Some days they're amazing. Some days this is a holiday week. It looks like it's a pretty much a crap fest. This is not sexy at all. Um, but we can definitely do that even in a Tuesday and Thursday session. My only ask would be the same ask I had back then. So you'll notice, regardless of the strategy or the model, I'm a pretty big advocate that It's not the strategy. It's never been the strategy. That's never been the cause, in my opinion, most of the time that people are failing. In my opinion, most people are failing. It has nothing to do with the strategy. It has more to do with the fact that they're taking 12 trades, or they're over risking, or they're coming on at 2 p.m. and at 3 a.m. And one time when they got in a fight with their wife, and one time when they were bored, or one time they probably should have had a girlfriend or went on a date or something, or ate, they were hangry. Like, they're putting all this other stuff onto the charts, right? And they're not following this. Again, let's use the example of a tennis player. It seems to be the topic tonight. So they're not treating this like, hey, this is my job title. Because the truth is, even if we worked at McDonald's, and I'll say the same thing we said back then, just maybe a little wiser, hopefully. But if you worked at McDonald's, like, you have a checklist of things that you do. You turn and you flip fries, or you wash hands and then cash register, or you unbag and then you blah blah, or you unbox. But there's like steps you do. I don't care if we're talking about high level stuff or if we're talking about McDonald's level stuff. There's always been, for every industry, some level of, this is your job description. But because in trading, we're self-employed, we're self unregulated, I'm going to say. We're self-unregulated here, all chilling, unself-regulated. But that's the problem, is we're not following this like, hey, here's my schedule. Some days I shouldn't have been trading. It's a holiday week. Some days I did, do this, some days this, but this is what I do when I clock into my quote side hustle, my quote business. These are the steps. So we can definitely help you build that and just cultivate it to your lifestyle best using JGS, which we're building out here and building out automation for as well, on TradingView. Or if you're still on MT5, we still have the golden ticket over there and stuff like that, which I still have up off screen if you want the truth. I've just sped it up a little bit for futures. Um, or if you want to use Breakout, if you want to use Inside Out, right? So think inside candles, okay? I'm going to pick a different instrument real quick just to show. Hopefully, we'll have some examples, but Inside Out is going to be a mess. Like, it may be a mess. This trade is trying, but it's not a complicated strategy. You have a couple of rules for confluence. This is a big bullish candle. We form an inside candle. As we break out above this area, you're buying. Your stop loss is incredibly tight. Depending on the time frame you're trading on, you're in and you're out in minutes to seconds, right? You have an outside candle here. This right here forms a nice little box range. We break out to the upside with no continuation. The candle doesn't close here, so there's no entry. The candle doesn't close here, there's no entry. This box, the way we have it drawn, technically continues all the way to over to here, which again is not only an outside candle formation, it's an inside candle formation, because this is, I know I'm rambling right now. Please forgive me. Bullish candle, inside candle. This is a multi-confirmation break. You buy here, stop loss here or here, depending on how tight you want it. You're out within 60 to 90 seconds and you're done. One trade on the day and you're out. So we've got a couple of really solid strategies that, if you're disciplined, you're done. And no, not that in no shape, way, or form means every day you win. That's cap. Okay, that's a lie. But it does mean in the 22 trading days a year or a month, whatever, you should be net profitable if you're following those rules. You should be. So again, bullish, inside, inside. We're forming a nice little triangle. We really need this to break up. If it breaks down, we're just, it's stupid. It's playing around, but yes, long story short, we can do that even on a Tuesday and Thursday, or we can do it in private. But my ask is, come to the table. We'll pick a strategy. We'll help you confine it. You have to go get 50 trades, and then we will review those 50 trades. And first, we'll be checking the head space. Then we'll be checking, did you follow the rules? Then we'll be saying, hey, here's your next 3 to 5 things you fix, because we can never change that many things at a time. And then again, if you do that 2 or 3 times, there's no reason you're not getting a $10,000 payout from Take Profit Trader if you have 1 or 2 accounts. $10,000, easy, done. Done.
Okay, and if I join the membership, then I'll be able to access those Tuesdays and Thursdays classes, correct?
Yes, sir. That's correct. Yes, sir. And hey, I'm super glad that even after all these years, you still going to come back. That just says that we leave a good taste in people's mouth, and I think that's my favorite thing, is people come and go, but the amount of people that, like, they come back and they found a home here, that melts my heart. So thank you.
No problem. I really enjoyed being here the last time. I think that I more left because of my job situation changed. So I had to do a little bit more moving around than I was doing before. I'm back to a job where I'm working from home, so I have more free time on my hands again and really looking to get back into it.
Nice. Well, I'm excited for you, and let's go do the dang thing. Let's do it. Okay, guys. Well, we are coming up on 45 minutes. Our trade has done nothing. That's the second time today gold was the better trade on the day, which again, we'll never know. You'll never know in advance. You can assume. So if you took gold, I'll take a pink lotus. No, not pink, purple. Purple. For your next $1 billion whatever. I did not take gold. Just analyzing the 15-minute time frame on NQ. Big time frame stuff. I'm still very sell side bias, but here we are on the 15-minute time frame. Naked. Last 15-minute candle is a doji. Current 15-minute candle is now an inside candle, right? If we manage to break below this area, we're selling. We've also quasi got a head and shoulders. Not a head and shoulders, a double top-ish forming. So we're trying to push up right now in this last 2 minutes that we have going on. If we close with the peak, that's an M formation, right? That means also, if you guys remember from previous videos and stuff, I'm always targeting those areas of interest, which are never the peaks, they're below the peaks. So that would be above this area. So that's like, what is that? That's ES. It's not gonna be that much of a different structure here, but you guys get the idea. If we close above this area, that's where we'd be targeting is this area of interest. But we have to get up there. And right now we're nowhere near that. Back to candles. Doji, very comparable. We need to break down for the sell side. Otherwise, we're trying to push up. I would think that we'd have to come grab some of that upside liquidity. But we'll see. We've got our daily closing ranges here. We're still sitting a couple of points in drawdown. It's $200. It looks like a lot, but it's not a lot in terms of points from where we entered. And we're just waiting. We are just waiting. There's nothing fancy going on at the moment. At least not at the very second. So I also cannot see the Zoom chat for some reason. I think it's because I closed the little show my meeting button thing on Zoom. So I can't see the YouTube comments. So I apologize in advance if I'm ignoring you. I did get a couple of text messages. We will get you sorted for those in my text messages. But I can't see the YouTube stuff at this moment. That is on me. Just can't see it. That's it. So this trade's gonna either win or lose. But right now there's not a lot we can do. The full size of the range, including this wick, is gonna be about 14 points. So not bad. Can you give it a little bit further all the way down into here? Yeah, but I really wouldn't. For me, if we're gonna close below, now that we've really formed this structure, if we're gonna close below this, we don't need to still be in it. Like we got 45 seconds left on this candle. It's trying to form bearish and close bearish. We just don't need to stay in it if it's going to keep closing down. You can give it the full range, but that's going to ultimately be up to you. I wouldn't keep my stop loss here. I'd keep my stop loss the very furthest away, which is going to be 704 area. Just stay above that. We're above the VWAP. We're still above the point of control, but only marginally. Nope, we're getting below the point of control right now as we speak. Actually, we're getting below that. That's our point of control, but we're not closing below it, so not yet anyways.
Hey,
Keith,
Jenny, can I ask you a question?
come on out. Who is that? Come on out.
Oh, it's me, Joseph, again.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you? So I just I'm looking at you. I saw a few of your videos on YouTube about the breakout strategy. So is it that if we're waiting for the candle to break above the green line, then we'll be taking a buy up. And if the candle breaks down below your orange line or pink line there, then we're looking for a sell, correct?
That's correct. So
Oh, okay.
if I go into like really simple, this week kind of choppy. Ricky just posted in the chat. He said there's just a crap ton of stuff this week. We got ADP, non-farm, NFP, PMI, and possibly the Trump big bill, or what are they? The big beautiful bill. passing or not. Plus, we have a holiday. So there's a ton of stuff this week. And like we joked about this morning, the traders are in the Hamptons. So it might just be a chop fest all week. And that's kind of part of it. But in general, let's get off of this. Where was I earlier today? There we go.
Hey, Jenny, are you trading on Thursday?
I guess we're still going to do a call on Thursday just to brief. Okay, so to Joseph who asked about the strategy, so we are going to relocate the labels. They seem to keep misplacing. I do have an update that we just had to refix the arrows on before I pushed out. It'll push out to everybody. But to give you an idea, we were going to label this buy and sell, but we're kind of going off of the assumption that people do know also. So A, we can create a buffer on both sides. For example, here, you have the choice of taking a break, which has a risk, right? There's an upside and a downside to every decision we make in life. Consequences are part of everything, right? But taking it at break, cool. This hits 1, 2, 3, 4. This is cut to 50% of the range. So 4, so it's technically a 2R range if you're using the full other side as the stop loss. If you're using 50% of the range as a stop loss, that's a 4R trade, right? Going here, this is afternoon action. This is 11:30 a.m. This is scheduled for 12:30 Eastern time, by the way. These are Eastern, and you can do whatever time works best for you. There's pros and cons. Some days that time is going to be amazing. Some days that pair is going to be amazing, and other days that pair is going to be like, I hate this pair. It's the worst pair on the planet. I'm never touching this again. But we can't think in absolutes like that. I think it's a bad idea. So we're on NQ. This is 12:30 Eastern. Same concept. We technically get a break and a retest. This hits 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 6 in total, but we just don't extend this out so far. But you can decide I'm going to enter and I'm going to get out if you're manually trading. I'm going to enter and lock profit and then get out if I'm going to keep holding and just let this trail up, or just if you're trading micros, you can say I'm going to close 1, 2, 3, 4, and assuming you don't have more than 5 micros, you're out, here. Same thing. So not every trade is perfect. Here's a good example. It doesn't matter if you waited for the break or the close on this one. This would be a loser. Okay, we break and close. So I'd be looking for a buy here, targeting these highs. Well, this one fails. It doesn't even hit the first target. Cool. So you take a loss. You're out. It sucks. You're done. But depending on what your schedule looks like and your rules look like, here's your next trade. You take it either at break or at close. Always a risk there, because to me, I think close is more risky because you're further away. At least if I'm wrong faster. Okay. But that's my preference. It doesn't have to be yours. This moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7, 6, 7-ish R. If you're using 50%, and 3.5-ish R if you're using the whole range as your stop loss. And that's just one afternoon to kind of give you an idea. So if you're risking $200 on each trade and you're trading in your take profit trader account, this day on just these three, because remember we already took off the 231, so we get scheduled up for 8 p.m. tonight. On this day, that's about, what is it, 200? We said this is 400 to 800. Okay, if you're using 50% of the range, but let's assume you're using the full range. So that's 400, you're looking at $1,200 to $2,000, risking $200 on all three of these trades on the day. And you don't need all of them. You need one. Cool, you're done. Come back tomorrow. You need one, maybe two. Hey, today's your day where you have more free time because of work. Cool, come back tomorrow. 3, cool, come back tomorrow. But this is really simple. You can change all those settings in here. There's a ton of options. This is based off of $150 risk. You can schedule up to 4 times in a day, and you can even put your buffer in there. I like the buffer of about 150, 150-ish, 1.5-ish ATR. You can decide where you want to put your stop loss, either side, and kind of cool. Change your moving average, do whatever you want. Lots of options. Hey, Ricky, I think everybody notices you're here, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Just so you, hey, Ricky, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, see, you have all the love. It's the Ricky show. I'm playing with you guys. Just wanted to give props to the team for the good looking website. Hey, Randy, I hope you know Brika. She's the baddie there. She's it. She's that girl. I mean, we hired some people then, but let me tell you, she has done so much work behind the scenes to make all that stuff possible. It would not be there without her. 100%. And now Robert's here so we can start the show. Robert, I hope you got gold today because I didn't. And instead I'm sitting in this awful almost $500. Look at this one, two for gold. And here's NQ again. Twice today did NQ just say nope, not for you, my love. And what we talked about before class even started, we drew this line. We said, hey, we just want to get below it. Big picture is sell side. I did the same thing this morning. I said, big picture is sell side. We got the sell side, but not until later in the session.
Robert got nothing on gold.
Well, that's rude.
And where I've been testing out the 15 minutes, it's I may have to abandon 15 minutes because some of these they take too long. You know the deal. They take too long to play out, and especially like 8 o'clock is just volume that isn't always there to push a 15 minute. It's like the opening range is 120 ticks on 15 minutes. That was huge. It's the biggest I've seen it.
Today, I don't doubt it, man. It's just, guys, it's just probably not the week for it either. So scale down the risk coming from the girl who's got two micro, well, two minis up, which is dumb. I did that twice today. Um,
Where if I'd already been in like 2 minutes or 5 minutes, I would have already had a winning trade already looked. So
yeah, you would have had two because this is what the 15-minute range looks like. That's 20 o'clock.
that makes me cringe. I don't know why.
That's
Uh,
okay.
yeah,
I like messing with everybody. I do know, okay. I do know
I
how to say
know
it.
because you said it correctly before. Now that I know you're just doing it on purpose, it makes me cringe even more. That's all right.
Oh, that's okay. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I had to learn all that stuff in my
But
previous life, so
I mean, this is not the first time I've seen the 15 minute. Now I have been tracking. I went back and checked like for like last month and the accuracy. And keep in mind, we're still not finished with you training me everything that I need to know. I just know how to do what we've been doing. And just by doing that, the accuracy on 15 minutes is 73% last month.
that's it.
Yeah.
Wait, 73% makes you a millionaire, okay, with the right money. Now, obviously, most people aren't
Yeah.
starting with that kind of money, but 73% accuracy is better than it's seven-figure money. But most of us take a day like this, right? So we average better than 73% in our classes. But when we have weeks and days like this, people are like, oh my God, this sucks. I can't handle that. Dude, it's part of the 73%. Like you have to let these trade where they're going to trade the better, the good, the bad, and the ugly to get to that side. So 73% is not bad at all. Now imagine
And
if you had one, or let's just say five micros, because right now you're doing one or two micros, right?
I'm doing one. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm doing one on like the trading view, going to Apex and stuff. And I'm doing two micros on Top Step X.
Okay. You hear the Top Step, well, yeah, you posted that Top Step X is getting rid of everything. They're
Oh
not,
yeah, trade event related. Top Step is not going to
it's because
use
they
the
want to
trade
be an
event.
IB broker, is what we hear.
They want to be a what broker?
They want to be their own brokerage. They don't want to share
Oh,
no money with nobody.
they don't want to share. That's rude.
I know, right? Business is better if we work together. I wish more people knew that.
But keep in mind that where I went back and then of course once I went back to the previous ones as I traded, I was keeping up the spreadsheet. And with 15 minutes, I mean it's a one and done regardless, win or lose. You know, my range. Let me check my range just so I can tell you. It's not huge. It's I've got it set on my line range is 3. But I mean that goes over an hour, so
Well, wait, three on 15 minutes should be 45 minutes.
it's yeah. Yeah, that's right. Duh, math. Yeah. But usually within that time, I can only do one anyway. So what I've been tracking, I'm trying to remember. I think I messaged before. I wish I could get to the point where I could just do a one and done, like the very first opening range, get that one done, and not even do any reentries or anything. And that's what I've been tracking is just that one, and it's 73%.
That's awesome. And if you're only doing a three range, that's kind of perfect. Actually, I like that. Because if you think about it, I keep mentioning that a lot more recently. This is momentum. If the momentum's not there, you shouldn't be there. And that's hard sometimes, like take a day like this where you get this incredible move. Geez Louise, that's an hour later, actually more, so 14:30, so 26, it's 30 minutes later. That's a lot of time to sit through for most people because I know people who have 15 minutes before they go to work and that's their session. They're going to take their trade or they don't.
Yeah. And it's like, well, like I said, with the mentorship, I only know how to do one thing right now. The green line, red line, and that set the TPs, and that's all I know how to do right now. And um, some of these, it's like, especially when you get to the bigger opening range of like 120 ticks, and it's just messing around in the middle. It's not going. I don't think it's going to hit either one. I'm going to end up not doing a trade at all, which is fine.
Fair. Hey, I just got into the YouTube chat. I figured it out. Look at me, learning new things. I'm still holding this. We're back to bullish candles, but they're not beautiful bullish candles. It's just choppy, but that's part of trading. So to answer the YouTube chat questions, hello Googles, hello, hello. I do put flowers in my hair sometimes. Check out gold now, Steve. Hey, I want to talk to you about Fibonacci. Steven, seriously, actually. But gold is beautiful. Gold was amazing all the way through. I just didn't get any of it twice this morning and tonight. Can we go over the MACD settings for scalping? Hold up. I have something else. I don't know if I should be showing this on YouTube or not, but we're going to. If it will load, it might not. It's my test me. It's even labeled test me. Okay.
I guess you saw the news on the big beautiful bill as well.
I did not. You know, I'm not checking that.
It
So,
it passed by a tie-breaking vote by Vance.
okay. So that's good or bad, or do we?
I guess it depends on which side you're on. I think it's good because if I'm not mistaken, the no tax on Medicare is in there. If I'm not mistaken, the no tax on tips is still in there. I don't think they took that out.
It hasn't
If
officially
if if
passed yet.
if
It has
they
to go back to the House, though. The House has
yeah
to pass it, so we're still stuck.
yeah they still got one. It's still got to do one more step before he can sign it. But as far as I know, those things are in there now. If he pulled it off and got no tax on tips, that's something I didn't think he'd ever get through. That would be huge for a lot of people.
No tax on tips?
Well, on tips and overtime. I don't know how he pulled that off. If it does go through, I'm like, dude, that's a miracle. Because, you know,
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know enough of that stuff, and honestly, I'm kind of grateful because I think I'd go crazy if I did. But to answer the MACD question, remember the original MT5 version has multiple MACDs stacked alongside with JGS rules, right? I did not come up with the name Jenny's Golden Strategy. Actually, a beautiful woman who's got a mind of gold, she did. She called it, the Golden Strategy because it was printing money, like it was worth gold to her. I'm incredible human being. So, um. JGS. This whole MACD is built in a way that is very, very powerful. Now, don't mind these arrows. We had another meeting today kind of going over a couple of cool things, but essentially, in layman's terms, this is not overly complex. It has the original MACD settings, which are what, the 12, the 26, and the 9, technically, right? And then it has layered on top the 5, the 15, and the 1. So it's not, incredibly rare or proprietary by any means, but it's the use case that kind of makes it special. So this particular one will be released. I think I'm going to release it for free on TradingView when we're done with it. But essentially, all it really is are those two stacked on top of each other. So obviously, the one in MetaTrader has a lot of really cool bells and whistles and like filters and warnings and lot sizes and risk parameters, everything to do with the actual JGS strategy. Whereas on TradingView, that's not the goal. It's just to give you this as a filter. So MACD settings for JGS are pretty simple. You can be looking at the slower time frame, the magenta color for the kind of the bigger time frame or the slower trend, if you will. The bigger trend, the slower trend is kind of the way I refer to it and think of it. Or you can be looking at the faster one, which is the green one, right? Essentially, all we're looking for is buyers to be in control. And if you think about what a MACD is, it was a divergence indicator originally, so yes, you can use it for divergence. I think that's a big deal for those of you who love SMT, but I don't really use it that way. I use it as the buyers are in control and or like let's say I'm selling and I'm looking for when I'm going to stop selling. When this crosses back over, I know I can get out, okay? We've got some background noise here. Hold on, let me go to the pick one. I'm going to mute all. I think that's you, Adrian.
Sorry.
That's okay. You're all good. Um, I'm just looking for the buyers to be in control. If I'm not sure, like something like this, let's say we come down, remember in real time, this is going to look really spicy for a sell. It's going to look really exciting for the sell. But by being able to see the buyers are still in control, even though slow MACD is sloping up, I know I'm kind of still going with the bigger picture here. So I'm using this as confluence for really anything that I'm doing. I use some version of this or kind of like volume, if you will, to for me to know with better certainty where I'm going. So we've got ES up right now. As you can see, it's ES is still, we haven't really had much volume. This has been a pretty boring 8 p.m. And that's part of it. But now we have broken below the zero line. We've retested the zero line. So if I was really trying to look for those cells, if we're closing back below that zero line, okay, which right now we're still technically on top of it. But we'll see. If we close back below the zero, we're no longer looking for those buys because we're done. It's not giving us the buys because we're in seller's territory. That's really all I'm doing to look for that. So hopefully that answers that question. And let me go back into that chat now that I know how to find it. Look at us. Oh, we don't have that on TradingView. And even trying to code that would be it would be a monumental task. Because remember, the ADX isn't built the same. There's a lot of things on TradingView that don't have the same equations. Like you might be able to find that name of an indicator, but it's not the same equations. So, um, definitely something to think about. But and that whole system is built off of my strategy. That's what it is. So I see the chat. Congratulations. You can access the breakout indicators through the website, sixfiguretradingcoach.com. You can access it through the link tree. You'll find it in every YouTube video. And just wait till I get the automation done. It's the rules that we're working on, but the automation is working. So actually, that's what all these are. It's automation to kind of give you an idea. I think that answers all the questions. But here we go again, back to the downside. We are going nowhere fast, and it's no longer fun. The slow moving signal is my favorite. So Ricky, for those of you guys don't know on YouTube and or in the recording and or in class, Ricky is a tried and true longtime friend, longtime supporter, and just great human being, and honestly a phenomenal trader and investor. So he's got always a ton going on in his life, but a great human being. And when I say his concept of and use case of the JGS or the golden strategy system is of course his own. Okay, it's his view of it and his version, but it is second to none. He has done phenomenally well. Makes a lot of money, takes a break, makes some money, has life stuff happen, makes some money, goes on with life. It's freedom. So, and he's back again making some money. He'll go rob some prop firms for a little while and then probably take a break and then rob some prop firms for a little while and then probably take a break. I feel like that's what you do.
Pretty much.
Yep, 100%. But
Rob them, go to the hideout,
I
plan again, go rob them, go hide out for a while.
plus it also keeps you off their radar from all the nonsensory. It's just go make a bunch of money and before anybody gets too wise or too regulatory, you'll be back in a few months. You'll be back in a little while.
Take the money and run.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we're still wicking down. We're still technically in a valid position, but this is cool. Guys, this is what we're working on. This is the automation in place to kind of give you an idea that it sold and it bought back up, so it exited based off of those criteria. When I say the automation is amazing, I mean imagine winning all the trades you're trying to take without having to be there for them. Like just it's different too when the human error part is the biggest part most people are struggling with. That is the part people are struggling with most of the time across the board. It's human error. So we'll see. That's it. I think I answered all the questions. As for this, guys, this is going to win or it's going to lose. There's nothing more I can do in general as a rule of thumb because trade of eight is such a pain in the butt. Trade syncing and copy trading between multiple firms is such a sticky thing. I don't usually leave a lot of trades running on trade of eight unsupervised because sometimes, as you guys know, anybody who's gotten any big, they don't always close perfectly. Like they do pretty well. Trade syncer again is, I think, accurate within the 80% digestible amount. Um, but I like to be present for them because I want to know that any orders are pending, take profits and stuff have exited properly. So as of right now, we've got a whole host of mess on this screen. We broke out again at 8 and 8:30. We have a great potential trade. It just hasn't went anywhere. We are trending up. We have broken that bigger trend to the downside, but we haven't got any follow through, any full body momentum style engulfing style closes. I do think we're just in a consolidation nightmare. I'm a couple of points in drawdown as we speak. Just I haven't adjusted my stop losses or take profits at all from where we originally placed them, and I moved them the first time, I should say. But this is where we're sitting, and it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere fast. So I don't mind saying, hey, if we're out anywhere below this 708, because this is the 708 number, right? That's 705 technically. But otherwise, we're just waiting. And that's all I got. So, any other questions, comments, et cetera, come on out. Otherwise, I'm probably going to end this.
I have a quick one.
Okay. I'm
If
here
you're in
for
my
it.
position, you're on 15 minutes. At what point do you call it a night and not do a trade if you're not in one already?
At 9 o'clock, and I was looking at 8.
Okay. I was getting ready to shut it down anyway. I mean,
No,
the
no, no,
price,
wait. No, no, I have a question for you. Are you asking it's 9 o'clock now and you started looking at 8?
yeah, I've got it set to start at 8.
That's too long.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, if I'm on the 15 minute, sorry, I'm on the 1 hour. I know better, girl.
It's still dead center in the middle of
I
that
know.
opening range. It hasn't moved anywhere.
Are you looking at gold, right?
Yeah,
Gold was perfect on that smaller time frame. So this is
I
the,
know.
yeah, this was
It's
2000.
it's like most of the volume has probably already happened by now.
Yeah. We've already wicked down and wicked up. So
Sounds good
number
to me.
one, to preserve my mental capital, which is always the goal, is not just to make money. We have to preserve our mental space. But if this is where I'm at, number one, I'm not even gonna, if I'm honestly wanting to trade off the 15, I don't come to the chart until 8:14. Okay. To give you an idea. Is this way I don't have that time to sit in here. If my goal is to only be taking the 15-minute breakout, I'm not coming until a few minutes before this candle starts to print. Number
Yeah,
one.
that's what I do. I've got just in case I'm distracted or watching TV, I got my alarm set for 8. And I give myself 10, 15, 10, 14 minutes or whatever just to get to the computer. I don't sit and watch it.
Yeah, this I don't know, because that's a kind of a big ask for me, especially with paint dry kind of speed in the market. I can't say I know what I would do there, Robert, because I would number one, I wouldn't come until 8:15. Number two, when I came at 8:15, I would likely set an alert for so like I would turn an alert on the indicator. You know what I'm saying? Just turn an alert on the indicator even and let it
Right.
alert you with no buffer. So if there's no buffer on the alert, when you come to the chart, you can add the buffer verbally or manually, you know what I'm saying? I guess if I wanted to trade it that way, that's how I would do it. Because I don't want to sit here for 45 minutes with all that mental load and that I coulda, shoulda, woulda, man, if I had taken this, if I had done this, and even though you're not actively making decisions, your brain is like
Yep.
actively pretending like it made the decisions it didn't make, you know?
Full disclosure, I've sent you my desk setup where I can watch TV in between my work and my personal computer. I'm not like watching it, but I'm sitting here and I'm watching The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch on DVR while it's doing its thing. So it's not like I'm focused on the
Okay.
chart the whole time.
Okay, fair. Like something like that. That's what I would do is I would probably set my timer for 15 minutes after the open and I would just have this set up with alerts. If it sets up but while the time I'm still in my trading window, I'm taking it. If it doesn't set up while I'm in my trading window, I just didn't for the night. I think for me on a 15-minute setup, I probably wouldn't be giving it much more than the hour. So that's 9:15 at the most. And then I'm done. It's just that trade that day I didn't get a trade. But like you, I would have up like an audiobook. I have up anything from like old school rap to Christian music to the Bible to like what book am I reading? Some, self-help book, some like deep, meaningful book, or some The Fine Print, which is not a deep and meaningful book, but it's actually pretty good. Like I have some version of something to distract my mind from the massive amount of decision overload and all the thoughts and feels. That's what I do. So 9:15, in short, it would be my answer on the 15-minute time frame. On the smaller time frame, if you're on the 1 minute, I'm not going much more than the 15-minute. If I'm on the 2 minute, I'm not going much more than the first 30-minute range. And honestly, I feel like the 15-minute is plenty enough. If I'm trading the 5-minute breakout, it hasn't happened in that 30-minute, which is about 6 candles. I'm out. I'm done. I'm just not taking it. It's just a no.
I guess an easy way, we can set the line range up to equal that same amount of time, and once it goes out of that range, you're done.
That's why I suggested that in those calls of, hey, look, why don't we just limit that? Because some people have them set up towards like this big. It's like, well, then you're making decisions for 6 hours, and that doesn't sound healthy. Just not healthy at all. But here we go. NQ is trying again. It is a couple points in drawdown. We're trying again. It's just not going anywhere, guys. And I'm about done. So I'm gonna go check on my young lady. And tomorrow, my youngest comes home from the Keys. He is becoming a sailing expert, so I hear. He's also rocking in that boat a ton, which is crazy because there's a hurricane coming, I guess. So, very excited to see him. And then we will see you guys in class on Thursday. If you guys have any questions, comments, particular things you want to go over in a class, drop it in the chat and we'll bring it up. We'll go over it. That's the only reason why we're here for. Otherwise, I could trade, and most of the time, like the screenshots I post pretty close to daily, I'm done in a couple of minutes. Like I took a trade, I won it or lost it, I'm done in a few minutes and I go on with my life. The rest of this stuff is so we can hopefully make an impact with you guys. So don't be too shy to ask your question. There's no question too, well, I can't say there's no question too dumb, but there's almost no question too dumb. There are definitely some that are. Okay.
So he's literally rocking in the boat, not rocking like he's doing a good job, but he's literally rocking in the boat.
No, that I saw a video, they were snorkeling and stuff, and then I saw the boat in the background, and it looked like something off of a movie that was like, there we go, there's the drop.
Huh.
It took 9:15 for this to happen. Holy moly. Almost 9:15. The boat was like, it literally looked like almost the sail was almost touching the water to the left, almost touching the water to the right, almost it was wild how much. So imagine sleeping on that sailboat. Like truly imagine that. That's scary, huh? I think that's scary.
Has he said if he's gotten seasick or anything yet?
I won't talk to I know a lot of the kids were getting sick. He didn't feel good, but he's not one of the ones that threw up, thankfully. So
Yeah. If anything, them getting sick would make me sick, not necessarily the water.
yeah, true. Very true. But I can't wait to hear from him. While he's out there, only the adults have satellite phones. He does not have one, so I've not heard his voice in a little while since I guess what was it, Sunday night when we did the Dragonfly call. It was the last time I got to hear his voice, and I am excited. So on that note, happy Tuesday, everybody. Please go love on your people. There's a whole mess of world of crazy out there. That's all we can do in terms of this trade. We're back. We dropped hard and came back up. So we're just not doing nothing. That's all we got today. So happy trading. Happy Tuesday. Thank you all for listening. Take care and God bless. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Jenny. Bye, everybody.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Bye, guys.
Bye.